In a complete laughable joke, the U.S. protests the Chinese human rights abuses by a diplomatic boycott of the Winter Beijing Olympics. It finally got to the point where it's just a total laughable joke when the U.S. criticizes anybody for human rights. On the same day, there was a white nationalist march on the Lincoln Memorial of all places, probably suggesting, something about whether the slavery should have been abolished. I saw countless videos about police shootings, even one guy in a wheelchair. Who knows how many people of color were beaten or harassed on that day that they announced it, but we do know 88,000 people died of coronavirus. The U.S. cites reasons to eupher while they're beating down black people with their police force, shooting people in wheelchairs, and allowing the rich Republican business owners to commit a Republican genocide using the coronavirus and misinformation on the American people. They cry eupher as 20,000 women in the California prison systems are sterilized against their will. Those diplomats might be much safer in China as Ilhan Omar and other people in government of color get death threats in neo-Nazi America. Not even safe for them at their job. They should be going to China to beg for advice on how to handle race relationships, because China has over 36 ethnic groups living in harmony, and it's much safer because Americans just love their big businesses. They have allowed more guns in the country than people. Worst that could probably happen to you is you get in a fist fight, and if you do get COVID or you get in a fist fight, have no fear, because the health insurance is going to be free there. You can openly go to the doctors. As in the U.S., they can only think about those rich insurance agencies and hospitals. We're on a short list. Maybe some of these countries are the only other people that United States that can even possibly criticize. China's doing 40 times better on poverty. China is doing 40 times better than the United States on poverty, with only 0.6% living in the poverty compared to our 19%. Even on that short list of no healthcare countries, most of them you can have a piece of land and make a dirt house. In America, they can't even let you have a little piece of land and a dirt house. You have to die on the streets in a tent. Human rights are so bad in America, it's one of the only countries where monogamy has fallen apart. People don't even feel comfortable enough to get married and have children. What kind of country is that where you're too poor to even have kids and then get married? Starve in a tent.